Why, hello, human beings. How you doing today? Sendo Q here, and thank you for visiting my channel. Today, we're going to go ahead and talk about Faisal Essa, or Faisal Essa. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I saw this video on Joe from Seattle, and I really just want to talk about it. Before we get into it, thank you very much for hanging in there with me. I know I haven't been putting out any content like that, so I want to wish everybody a happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Hanukkah, whatever you support, or whatever you believe in, that's fine. I'm just happy that you're there with me, and thank you for hanging in there with me. This will be probably my last video before New Year's. Thinking about going live, but yeah, honestly, just studying, working on it, and let's get into the video, everybody. Okay, everybody, we're under this dude. He's talking about consoles are just easier. Now, if you don't know, consoles are becoming more like PCs, and PCs are becoming a lot easier to work with. But honestly, if you want to play on any console or PC, you got the freedom to do it. I'm not here to tell you how or what to play on. To me, and everybody should know, PC are a lot easier to it's a lot more powerful. It's always going to be more objectively better. But a lot of people just want to play on consoles, and that's 100% fine. It doesn't hurt me at all. But this dude maybe kind of ticked him off. We're going to go ahead and watch this. I hope I got the volume not too high. I kind of went down on it because I really want to hear the voice that well. But I think I'll adjust it right here, and let's get into the video. Oops.
Xbox and PlayStation. No. PC. The never-ending battle that's probably going to extend for ages to come.
I don't think it's a never-ending battle. Consoles are being more like PCs, and honestly, yeah, that's a good thing. More power meaning you get better performance, but PC is always going to be ahead because technology just moves a lot faster. If people don't want to spend over $1,000 on their consoles, they're not going to buy it. So they have to make sacrifices somewhere and somewhere on the line. So yeah, honestly, it's going to be PC all the time, but let's just keep on going.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not here to take sides. I have owned both.
You don't want to take sides, but you just want to say consoles are just easier. Look like you're taking sides. And plus it's a console versus PC. So that's a little bit of a cap.
I've played both, and I know where each one prevails.
Well, you could play both, but you could always have a bias to one system to another. One platform to another. So honestly, you seem like you're more for consoles over PC, but let's go ahead and watch it.
But one thing that pisses me off is the fact that some people think that just, one device is the best at everything. And
technically, yeah. Honestly, consoles are becoming more like PCs. So yes, if consoles being more like PCs, then it's saying that PC is going to be objectively better.
And that's just simply not true. I'm really sorry to break it to you, but that's the truth. It's not even merely true. One device is not really the best at everything. So the PC is not the...
I agree. One device is not going to be better than the other one, but as far as gaming, for power, usability, stuff like that, honestly, PC is pretty much the easiest. We're gone from the simple plug and play. We're gone from games to be easier. We're gone from that generation. We're gone from that era where you could buy a game and you get the full game on the cartridge or a CD. We're so far from that. I just found out the other day that when you buy a game for a console, they download some of the games from your CD onto the console. So not only that, but that's breach of trust, and I hate that. I hate when companies telling me what to do with my system. I don't want the company to download some of their games onto my storage where I could use that storage somewhere else. So yes, honestly, consoles are starting to be more like PCs. You don't have to like it because we're gone from the simple times.
The best at everything, and the consoles are not the best at everything. A while ago, I got into a discussion with a friend of mine about consoles versus PCs. Me and my friend, we both agreed that overall, PC is better. Overall.
Yeah, there's no denying it. Yeah, exactly. So what's your point?
So not at everything, but overall. But I told my friend that I would understand the ease of setup, the ease of use, and the portability of consoles.
You get that with PC. Now this is a video that came out like 10 months ago. So I'm going to try to keep my understanding like 10 months ago.
And then my friend made that one mistake where he said, PCs are easy to set up and use, it's just that people make excuses. That's
Well, excuse. PCs are easy to set up by a pre-build. So what's the point? Buy a pre-build is the same setup as a PlayStation 5, uh, Xbox Series, and a Nintendo Switch. So yes, it is the same setup if you buy a pre-build.
That's why. And that's where he had me. I just snapped because that's not true. Like,
Yes, it is when you buy a pre-build.
I seriously hate it when somebody who knows nothing about anything starts babbling nonsense because it's just not true.
Say that in the mirror, sir.
So today, I'll prove it to you with 5 reasons why consoles are just easier.
Okay, let's go in this with an open mind. Okay, let's go in this with an open mind. I'm into PCs. I'm taking my uh certification. As you can see, I got my A plus study guide. I still got to study on some stuff so I can pass that test. So let's go ahead and listen to his arguments. Sorry, I got to put up my tablet here because I kind of want to start using my tablet for like a tablet for, streaming as well. Technology, smartphone, PC and laptop, food, vlogging, accessories, gaming, essentials. Should I make an intro like that? I don't know. I'm not a big person of this type of intro, but that was like what, 15 seconds, and you put PCs, but yet you want to make this argument. Okay, let's you know what? Open mind, open mind.
Reason number 1, parts.
Parts. Reason number 1 is parts. Pre-bills is this.
When was it that you last walked into a store and started picking the parts that you want inside your Xbox or your PlayStation device?
None. Because I feel like I'm getting ripped off.
Exactly. You never did.
When the last time you went to a store and looked for a cake? Now, Joe from Seattle made a good point. You could go to a store and buy a cake without knowing how to make a cake. I don't know how to make a cake. I don't know how to build a cake from scratch. So I go to the store and buy a cake. I don't know how to build a car, but I go to a store, to a dealership and buy a car. I don't know how to build a PC, even though I know how to build a PC. Honestly, actually, key thing, I'm actually building a PC for my old co-worker nephews. Yes, too. She's putting money down to get PC parts. And she asking me to search for the parts for her. Now I got some parts downstairs that I'm going to sell to her at a reasonable price. I got a 6900 XT. I have a motherboard. I got a CPU is a Intel 12900K. Motherboard and everything, storage, RAM, and I'm selling that to her for a pretty good discount. I think I'm selling all those together like for $900. High-end PC. She don't know nothing about parts, and guess what? She's letting me build it for her nephews. Like her other nephew, she's going to get the parts, and we're going to go to the store and get it. It's going to be mid-range, but she don't have to touch a single parts because I'm searching for the parts for her at Micro Center and all that stuff. So all she got to do is drop her credit card down and just pay for it. So she don't have to search for the parts. I'm building it for her. Therefore, I'm picking up the parts that they need. So yes, she don't have to search for the parts. All she got to do is drop the money down for the PC. What else? I don't know how to build a phone, but I bought the phone. So you don't have to know anything about the PCs. You don't have to know nothing about the PlayStation. You don't have to know about Xbox. You don't have to know about Nintendo. You don't have to know about anything else. You can just go to the store and buy it. So what's your argument? Even with the PC.
And I'm sorry to all of you PC users, but you know, that is just a huge turn off for console players.
Key thing that people go to the store to buy gaming PCs, they look at the pretty colors and they could just buy it. So what's your point? Is this there's an option that you could get the parts for the PC or buy the PC right off the shelf or get somebody to build it like myself.
Most people don't even know or understand what PC parts are. A lot of the people that I've known did little to no research at all and just instead went to somebody, paid the money, and or maybe for free, but went to somebody who's an expert at PC parts, and then that expert made them a parts list.
So you just disproving your point right there. So they don't have to know about the PC, but they went to somebody that know about the PC parts so they could pick out the parts so they could build it for free. So therefore, they don't have to know nothing about PC. They could just go to a person and say, hey, maybe I don't know nothing about PCs. Hey, do you know how to build PCs? Yeah. If I could give you money, can you tell me how much it's going to cost to get all the parts and build it all together? Sure. Give a price. They ask questions. Okay, are you trying to do 1080p? Sure. Are you trying to have more frames? Sure. So therefore, they ask a question. Matter of fact, that's a lot better than going to the store like Best Buy, Walmart, Target. I don't know, Micro Center sell Xbox or PlayStation, and just believing what the company's saying and buying it. But then you can do that with PC. If you go to the store and see all the pretty color lights on a PC, they're going to be like, oh, that's a gaming PC. Let me pick it up. So what's the problem? You just disproving your own point while I add more to it.
They think that it's just not important to know, you know, all the parts that go into your computer like CPU, GPU, RAM, power supply, motherboard, and whatnot. And instead all of that, let's just tell the expert our budget and he's going to build the PC. Am I right?
Not just budget, but they're going to ask more questions. But yeah, there you go. They don't have to know about the parts in order to get a PC. You just disproving your point right there. You just can't sit there and say, hey, just because I could go to the store and buy an Xbox or a PlayStation, I can't do that with PC where there's pre-builds out there. Oh boy.
Right? Yay. Guys, money is not the factor here. For the same amount of $2,000, I can create different PC builds, and each build is going to be serving its own unique purpose.
What? What unique purpose? A computer is going to do exactly what a computer do. Apple could play games just like a PC. Yeah, at only certain games, but it can still play games. So it still does what any other computer does. My computer does what my mom's laptop could do. My computer could do what my sister's computer could do. My computer could do what my aunt's laptop could do. My computer could do exactly what Linus Tech Tips computer does. Yeah, it's limited to certain capability. Like it can't render as fast as Linus, or my mom laptop can't render as fast as my computer, or my sister can't render what mine could do, but it still served the same purpose. It's a computer, a PC, a personal computer. You can do whatever you want with it. But with the Xbox and the PlayStation, I can't do what I want like my computer. Even though Xbox added their Windows with Bing, you know, you could try to get some stuff done, but it's still not a computer. It's a gaming console. Yeah, it got computer parts in it, but it's still limited to certain things.
For the same amount of money. See? So it's not even about the money. And that simply is why PCs are just not for everybody.
PCs is definitely for everybody because they don't just have to do games. There's people out there that, even though their computer could game, they don't do gaming. They probably just editing a video or rendering stuff or doing work. Yes, all computers could game to a extent. I mean, to a point of view, but it still does the same thing. So it doesn't matter. Even my mom laptop, which have a Intel Core Evo in it, like it was $1,000. I think it had like a 11th gen the high tier 11 gen, 16 gigs of RAM, but it had integrated graphics. But it could still game. You could still play Vampire Survivors on it. You could still play Halo on it. Yeah, at low settings, but you can still play games on it.
And not knowing your parts is an issue by itself.
No, not knowing your parts doesn't mean it's an issue on itself. All you have to do is tell somebody that you need a gaming PC or go to the store and buy a gaming PC. Yeah, you can ask people for help in that situation if you want to know more about it, but a person could just go to the store and just pick up a gaming PC. It's that simple. And it's a pre-built, so they don't have to worry about any other parts. All you gotta do is put insurance on it, and if something happened, they could just return it like any other console.
Hence why the consoles are just easier, and you have to worry less about what goes into your console because...
Man, okay, let me try to do the same thing, okay? Why do I think consoles back in the 90s is more simpler than consoles now? Number one, plug and play. With the consoles now, you have to get online and got to download a lot of software and everything. And it's just a little bit too much for me to have to deal with that. While with the Nintendo Entertainment System, all I gotta do is plug it into the TV, plug into the outlet, plug in my controller, put the cartridge into the system and turn it on, and there you go. I'm in the game. Dude, it's still the same argument, but my argument sounds a lot legit than what your argument is. You still got to go online. You still got to download software, because they're more like PCs than they was before. They use AMD special AMD chip APUs that they had to underclock. You can still put that you can still get APU for a PC. So it had PC parts. My bad. It still had PC parts. You just not realizing it.
Because it's already there. It's built. It's made. The parts are inside. You don't have to worry about what parts are in there.
Just like with a pre-built PC, you don't have to worry about what parts inside of it.
Reason number 2, putting it together.
What? You could put that with reason number 1.
Look, guys, consoles are consoles, and they're already pre-built and pre-made. PCs, however, you just have to put them together.
Pre-builds. I swear I wasn't going to do this. Hey, my guy. What's this? It's a pre-build. And that is a pre-build. And that is a pre-build. 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 Oh, let me go to Micro Center. All of these are pre-builds where you don't have to do a single piece of building or work. So you could go to those stores and get a pre-build without knowing anything about PCs.
All the parts. And again, sorry you guys, but money is not the case. It's not about the money.
If that's the case, then how come I can't say that because this is the PlayStation 5 just raised their price like not so long ago. So if money was not a thing, I know this video's old. I know you probably want to watch this, but if money not a thing, why does the PlayStation 5 raise their price? Matter of fact, why did PlayStation raise the price on the games to $70? Why is that? If money not the case, then how come they raising price of gaming? So money is a thing.
Yes, you could pay somebody to put all the parts for you, but did you even know that the way you put the PC together affects how you're going to use the PC?
No. As far as temps, probably, but it still serves the same purposes. My PC is actually pretty clean. I take care of my PC. I love my PC. But to me, I try to keep it as clean as possible. You got people who built their PC that don't care about cable management. But it still works. As long as you got proper cooling and proper airflow, you're fine.
Or let me say it in other words. The same parts with the same case and everything, you can build them together in different ways, right? Such as, where would you like to put the water cooler? On the top or at the front? Where would you like to put the case fans? Should the case fans be blowing air to the outside or the inside? There's a lot that goes into it.
Have you not have you went to science class? Like honestly, have you went to science class? Now, first thing first, you're mad about options. Options that I can't have with a console. I don't have the option to do whatever I want with the console. Yeah, with the PlayStation, you could take off the plates if you want to, but you got to replace with another plates that they make or go with D brand. Matter of fact, PlayStation sued D brand. Gave a cease and desist to D brand, which is ridiculous. But whatever. Dude. Plus, heat travel up. Okay, heat travels up. So you kind of want to make sure that, and plus gravity. So you got to put with water, it's heavier than air. So water always going to sink down. So you kind of want to put water like at the highest point so it could make the pump work a lot better if you run an AIO. So you kind of want the pump to not overwork itself. But at the same time, heat travels up anyway, so it's collecting heat and putting it up. Honestly, I put my AIO on the top because it looked cleaner in my opinion. But hey, it's your build. You can do whatever the crap you want.
There's a lot of science that goes into it. And how about the cabling and the cable management? And if cables are not done the right way, they could suffocate your PC and your PC could just go boom.
No, that is wrong. It doesn't go boom. The power supply doesn't go boom if the cable management is messed up. See, I don't like people like you. I really don't. You lead people to be afraid of PCs like you're doing right now. It doesn't go boom. It just affects the temperature. Now, I don't care if anybody doing cable management. I really don't care. Okay? Just make sure that you get proper airflow. It doesn't make your computer go boom. That's a power supply situation that if you over exceed your power supply and it's like old and everything, it's not going to explode. It's just going to stop the power supply. Now, there's power supply that have protection on their units. It's just going to shut off and it's not going to use the parts. That's why I upgraded to a 1,000-watt PSU, because I know my system take a lot of power. That's all.
Or worst case scenario, your bad, terrible cable management, not yours actually, the bad, terrible cable management of the somebody who put that PC for you could affect your CPU's performance. And
No, it's called, if you're trying to put together, you gotta think of it like a business, okay? Like I'm building two PCs in the future. When my old coworker is picking up the parts for her nephews, I gotta make sure that PC is up and running and have to run as good as possible. That means the cable management gotta look clean, because when those nephews look at their cable management, guess what? They want to make sure they could take pictures of it. It gotta look crisp and neat. And plus, cable management means you can find what's wrong with the part. You could take away that cable so you know what cable go where. That simple.
therefore, you would get less frames in games. So yeah, the thought of having to go shop for parts and then also having to build the parts together, that all combined is the worst nightmare for any console user, because a console user just wants to go shopping for the console itself. I buy the console, I'm able to play. There you go.
What argument is different from the first one? So this could be with number one. So you only got four. And plus, pre-builds exist. Pre-builds exist. You don't believe me? Pre-builds exist. Pre-builds exist. So they could just go to the store and buy a pre-build.
So yeah, again, consoles just prevail at being super easy and super simple. Reason number 3, BIOS and setup.
What? Literally, nobody don't have to go to a BIOS and set it up if they buy a pre-build. Or better yet, you don't have to go to the BIOS when you build your own PC. You can just plug and play. I'm dead serious.
Just as I'm looking at you right now, you're probably looking back at me, and you're probably wondering to yourself, what in the living hell is a BIOS again?
Basic input output system. Basic input output system. Don't believe me? What is a BIOS? As your PC most important startup program, BIOS, or basic input output system is the built-in core processor software responsible for booting up your system. Typically embedding into your computer as a motherboard chip. The BIOS function as a catalyst for PC function action. And again, what a BIOS is, again, I am studying for my certification, about to take it next month. That's what a BIOS is. Basic input output settings. Yes. So for now on, I'm going to keep on saying that. Is it system? I think it is system. Hold on. I might say settings. I might say system by mistake. Yeah, system. So for now on, when you say BIOS, I'm going to say basic input output system.
Exactly, buddy. You have no idea. And so does my other idiotic friend who discussed this with me.
Maybe he don't know nothing about PCs that much. The basic input output system is pretty much on everything, even your PlayStation and your Xbox. It's just you don't go to those settings because they already got their programs already set up on there, so you don't need to put in the basic input output system. System.
Not knowing what a BIOS is, and so is a lot of people on Earth. They don't know what a BIOS is.
Well, basic input output settings. System. There you go.
I mean, sure, you shopped for your parts, and then you put the parts together. But did you think that we're done here? No. Now you have to set up the BIOS settings.
You don't have to set up the basic input output system. You got to set up some stuff inside the basic input output system. But honestly, a lot of people will not know that there is some Easter eggs when you go into the basic input output system. Like with mine, I got a whole bunch of Razer parts. So if I go to my basic input output system, it showed nothing but Razer, like it's a custom skin. If you use my sister for her basic input output system, it'll show nothing but Demon Slayers. So yes, there is basic input output system that we have to do, like running our RAM at a higher speed, because when we buy RAM, it's not running at the current speed. Matter of fact, my system have this thing called Smart Access Memory, or SAM. I had to set that up in basic input output system so I can have the most coming out of my CPU and GPU. So it's key for people to know what the basic input output system is.
And install all the drivers.
You don't have to install the drivers in the basic input output system. You'll install the drivers by going to the website.
BIOS settings, well, just in brief, they're the motherboard settings that you have to tackle with.
So let me get this straight. You can't go to Google and look up what the BIOS mean, aka the basic input output system. You can't go into Google and type in what is BIOS means in PC. You're too lazy to do that. So aka you haven't even done your simple research for this video.
Afterwards, you have to install Windows and install certain drivers so that your PC could actually function perfectly.
Have you built a PC before? Because when you build a PC and you put in Windows, you got to put Windows in on a separate PC. You got to download Windows on a freaking flash card. So how are you supposed to put a operating system onto your system if you never put it on there in the first place? Oh crap.
Because some PC parts require drivers, and without those drivers that you probably didn't install, your parts are not going to function well.
The only thing you could do in the basic input output system is just do everything that's like hardware or reset the basic input output system. But when it comes down to Windows drivers or Linux and all that stuff, you don't need to go to the basic input output system. You could just download it, put on a flash drive, plug it in, Windows, Linux, or when you go into the system, then you need to connect to the internet and download. If you're using NVIDIA, GeForce, if you use the AMD, you go to AMD. If you use the Intel, you go to Intel. You don't do that through the basic input output system. You could have done research, but you didn't.
Or not function at all. With consoles, you just really set up your favorite method of connection, internet connection, and then you put in some info about yourself, such as your name or your email or your password and maybe a little bit of the billing address, and that's it. You're set.
So the same thing as a pre-built computer. Boy.
You're ready to go. So that's why, again, consoles are easier. You still want more reasons?
A pre-build does the exact same thing. Matter of fact, faster.
Sure, why not? Let's go ahead. Reason number 4, troubleshooting.
You gotta do troubleshooting on the consoles too.
I personally almost never had any console issues, and as far as I know, 1 or 2 of my friends, they had their disk drive not working, like the disk would not eject or something like that.
So troubleshooting. Every technology needs troubleshooting. Okay? Every technology needs troubleshooting. There's people that have PlayStations and Xbox that won't boot up because the power supply sucks or won't go into other things. So what? You got to know something about it.
But that's as far as it goes. Ease of setup, the ease of use.
I'm sorry, I hit a button. Sorry about that. I had to skip through because I hit a button by mistake. My bad.
Troubleshooting. I personally almost never had any console issues, and as far as I know, one or two of my friends, they had their disk drive not working, like the disk would not eject or something like that.
And this is one thing I'm going to say. I did have some troubleshooting on PC, but I just looked it up and I just took care of it. But with a console, if something would not work, I got to send that console back. While with the PC, I could just go to Micro Center or Best Buy, look for the part or order the parts. A couple days come, take out the parts, plug it in, boom. If it's a software, boom. If I have viruses, wipe my whole entire PC and redo it again. Not that hard.
But that's as far as it goes usually with console issues. And in the case where your console is not ejecting the disc, all you got to do is just go to the nearest game shop and boom, problem solved. PCs, however, yeah, that's a mess.
Wait, what did you just say?
Issues. And in the case where your console is not ejecting the disc, all you got to do is just go to the nearest game shop and boom, problem solved.
If you got warranty under it, then yes. If you have warranty under it, then yes, you could go to that GameStop or game shop and try to deal with it. But if you don't have that, you have to call the manager. You have to call Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo, and they're going to ask you to send it in. I had a Joy-Con on my Nintendo Switch, went dead. Guess what? They replaced that for free. But guess how long I had to wait compared to if I fix it myself? I waited a full month, meaning I had to buy these cheap, hoary game things to place on there so I could have portable capability, which I didn't even use at all. And then the thing came back in. So you say I had to wait a full entire month for that to get fixed and sent back to me, compared to if I had the right to repair myself, I could just repair it myself and it could have been less time. Oh wow. So troubleshooting I had to send over to Nintendo, and it's a special edition Splatoon 2 what you call it, Switch. So I have no choice but to send it in. You're not seeing these problems. I have to wait a whole entire month for that thing to come back to me. Yeah, shipping was free, but at the same time, a whole entire month, my guy. A whole entire month. Oh boy.
PCs, however, yeah, that's a mess. You don't believe me? Ask all the PC giants, such as Linus Tech Tips and Jay's 2 Cents. They all know and understand technology, and they all know and understand PCs, and they all know and understand the fact that PC troubleshooting is not easy, and they inform their viewers that PC troubleshooting is not easy. Now,
let's say I got a virus, right? How do you get rid of a virus in a PC?
Here's information from Kaspersky.
Oh, sorry. Step 1, download and install a virus scanner, disconnect from the internet, reboot your computer into safe mode, delete any temporary files, run a virus scan, delete or quarantine the virus. Oh, so to get rid of a virus, they told me step-by-steps on Google? Oh man, that was so hard.
now, I'm not saying it's impossible. No, it's not impossible. It's just a tad bit of a long process to do. And you also
Compared to a whole month to wait for a Joy-Con to get fixed by Nintendo, I think I'd rather just do it myself.
require some basic troubleshooting knowledge and some PC part knowledge enabled for you
Dude, Google is your friend.
to successfully perform a troubleshooting process. And then you would be able to know why your PC is acting out. So yeah, pretty much consoles just take it home with.
So I gotta wait a whole month, maybe 2, for a company to send me a fixed product compared to me getting up, going to Best Buy or Micro Center or ordering something off of Amazon for like less than a week and I could just get fixed myself? Huh. And I will need to use that platform in order to make content like this or to play games like Vampire Survivors, Resident Evil, Elden Ring, and getting taxes done and stuff. There is tech people that's here, including myself, that will fix people PC. I just went over to my old co-worker nephew house and he had problems with his webcam. I went over there, fixed it, boom, I left. Yeah, she paid me $20, which I didn't ask for, but guess what? I just fixed it. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is know somebody that know tech or take it to somebody and get it fixed. Ooh, shocker. And plus, they're gonna give me their old parts, so I'm thinking about building a quick PC so I can sell on the market. So boom. There we go. I'm building a pre-build for somebody. Ooh, who would have knew?
This one. Reason number 5, mobility slash portability. There are numerous occasions where you need to take your console with you.
Here we go. Yes, these stickers are sold out. But do you know what BYOC land passes is? You could literally bring your PC to DreamHacks and you can actually stay there throughout the whole week and connect your PC and play a whole bunch of games recorded with PCs. Yes, you got consoles there and stuff, but you could literally bring your PC. So what argument is you making? If you could bring your console, you could bring your PC. So you're false on that. I really wanted to make it this an easy, short edit, but man, you make this hard. You could literally bring your PC. If you could bring your console, you could bring your PC.
Whether it's a family gathering at your grandma's house or, I don't know, some boys' night out at someone's apartment or I don't know, whatever it is. But sometimes you got to grab your console with you and take it there so you can play with your friends.
Time to do this again. Have you never heard of LAN parties? This is a YouTuber called Nerd on a Budget. He built PCs for a budget, and guess what? He have this thing with his buddies called, if I can find it, LAN parties. So let's look at this video that I haven't finished.
But start it off and you're gonna finish it off?
There is literally
I'm already out of ammo.
on playing
Same.
Halo
You have 0 kills, mate?
against people.
I have 0 kills.
He's there playing Halo with people of his friends at a house, his house. They play in PC games, doesn't matter what parts that's in their PCs, and they're playing PC gaming at one location. So if you could do it with consoles, you could damn sure do it with PCs.
And to be honest with you, consoles are just easier to pick up, unplug, and they're just easier to travel with.
You know they got mini ITX PCs that are the same size as consoles and runs a lot better than consoles. Do you realize that? And yes, this video was out before the Steam Deck was released, but the concept right there was a thing too. So if you're talking about portability, you got the Steam Deck that you could connect to a monitor. Matter of fact, you got laptops. So the portability argument is out the window.
From one spot to another. And that mainly has to do with the form factor of today's consoles and the fact that they don't require as many plugs as you would think. It's just
Plugs. HDMI, power supply, and this. This connect to my PC. I think the battery's dead, but guess what? I got a mouse right here. I got a keyboard, and it's wireless. So if you want to talk about portability, ITX build with this, you got no argument here.
Just 2 cables and that's it. PCs, however,
I have 2 cables and this Bluetooth, but this does come with a dongle. Put the dongle in the back. I have no cables. I could go ahead and text on it. You know, I could go ahead and scroll. Yeah, battery's dead. I could go ahead and hit pause and play. I got a directional pad. I could literally play Vampire Survivors on this if I want to. Dude, you have no argument over the portability because somebody could make an ITX build that is more stronger than your console and have just this. And a controller wirelessly. Oh, wow. So less cables, right? Less cables.
well, they're large in size, most of them at least. And then even if you had tinier PCs, there's a lot of plugs and cables that go into them.
Incorrect. Like I said, HDMI, power supply, small keyboard that is wireless. No wires. No wires. Come with batteries, which I like batteries more. These batteries are dead. I guess I have to replace them. I don't care. Where's your argument?
So again, consoles win this round because they're easily portable. You can just unplug them. You can even pack them into a bag.
Why would you want to put your console in the bag for more damage? I want to keep it real. Nobody should not put their consoles or PCs in the bag. What I do is I'm going to strap my PC down because I got some hardware in there. And if I want my console to be better, I will put it in the front seat with a seatbelt. I will never put a console in the bag, especially if it have a disk drive, aka it's too sensitive in my opinion. That's why I'd rather do downloadable content only.
And take them with you. Okay, you amazing people, we have just...
Wait, that's another argument. I could build a PC and put it in the bag. I mean, put it in the front seat. That is the same size as a console. You have to, what, bring a couple controllers, bring this. Oh, I'm good. You have to just not only put your console, but you got to bring extra controllers. You have to bring, let me guess, games? I don't have to bring games, so technically, PC is more portable than a console.
Just reached the end of our video, and I just want it to be known that I'm not saying that consoles are better than PCs in general.
But this argument says otherwise.
Matter of fact, I'm a PC guy who actually genuinely believes that PCs are just overall better
But yet this argument says otherwise.
in the overall comparison. But there are certain fields where, you know, each device prevails, and there are fields where consoles are just better.
Man, the only argument you have is backwards compatibility. The word, not just games, the word. You have the word of backwards compatibility. We don't need the word because there's no PC2.
That's the truth. So before we wrap up today's video, please go ahead to the comments section below and let me know which is your favorite gaming platform. Is it
Oops, sorry. Boom. And a dislike.
Is it the consoles, and which console is it? Or is it the PC? Also, let me know whether you agree with me or not on the points that I've mentioned today. So if you have liked today's video, please hit the like button because it helps me out a lot.
I dislike it, so no like, but let's go back to me being big. Jeez, it is hot. So yeah, I'm about to edit this video today. I'm tired. I think I might go live today. I got one subject I kind of want to talk about before I move on, and I gotta learn how to use Linux. So because next year I am using Linux, so hey, You know, do your thing. If you like consoles, go ahead and like consoles, but just don't throw anything under the bus. I'm just arguing his points because I'm not trashing the console. I'm just trashing his points. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching me and thank you for being there. And hey, everybody's human. My name is Sedoki. You have yourself a great day. Peace.